is the official weigh-in for EFC Africa 26, live from the Coca-Cola Dome, Johannesburg.
We are coming to you live from the Coca-Cola Dome in Johannesburg, South Africa, where fight fans are eagerly awaiting the official weigh-in for EFC Africa 26. My name is Shane the Duke Wellington, and this event is one of the most anticipated MMA events of the year. That there are going to be 13 huge fights, and the 5 main card bouts will be shown live in HD around the world. For now, though, it's time to get things started. This is the official weigh-in of EFC Africa 26.
EFC Africa 26 is proudly brought to you by Muscle Farm, sports nutrition for champions, in association with Everlast, RDG, BetExchange.com, Maxim Magazine, and One Plan Health Insurance, with special thanks to the following partners.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official weigh-in for EFC Africa 26. Introducing from my right, EFC Africa President Cairo Howarth. Without him, none of this would be possible. EFC Africa matchmaker Graham Cartmel, Mr. Jason Besaidnout from Promo, our voice of the Hexagon, Shane the Duke Wellington, and our beautiful EFC Africa girls. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, if a fighter does not make the required weight, he will have 2 hours to cut down to the weight. Getting into the first bout of tomorrow night, it's in the Bantamweight division between Cedric Doyle and Baldwin Mdlalose. First up to the scale is Baldwin Mdlalose. .85 for Mr. Mdlalose. Next up to the scale is Cedric Doyle. $61 on the money for Mr. Doyle. Our next bout is in the featherweight division between Mbulilo Swekile and Nelson Fatera. First fighter to the scale is Nelson Fatera. $65.50 for Mr. Fatera. And he will face off against Mbulilo Swekile. $65.60. Our next bout is in the welterweight division, and it's a bout between Themba Gorimbo and Jimmy van Winkle. First up to the scale is Jimmy van Winkle. $76.95 for Mr. van Winkle. And he will go up against Themba Gorimbo. 74.90 for Mr. Garimbo. Our next bout is in the lightweight division between Sibusiso Mdoku and Pity Coxon. First up to the scale is Pity Coxon. $70 on the money for Mr. Coxon. And he will go up against Sibusiso Mdoku. $69.85 for Mr. Mdoku. Our next bout is in the featherweight division between Hanru Buerta and Kanyeba Aniset. First up to the scale is Kanyeba Aniset. $66.55 for Mr. Aniset. And he will go up against Hanru Buerta. $65.80 for Mr. Buerta. Our next bout is in the lightweight division between Iga Cabeza and Johan van Staden. First up to the scale is Johan van Staden. $72.35, 2.35 kilograms over for Mr. van Staden. And he will face off against Iga Cabeza. $70 on the money for Mr. Cabeza. Our next bout is in the middleweight division between Bruno Mukulu and Wade Henderson. First up to the scale is Wade Henderson. $79.45 for Mr. Henderson. Next up to the scale is Bruno Mukulu. $79.05 for Mr. Mukulu. Our next bout is in the Bantamweight division between Francois Groenewald and Donovan Wilkin. First up to the scale is Donovan Wilkin. 61.55 from Mr. Wilkin. Next up to the scale is Francois Groenewald. $60.85 from Mr. Groenewald. Our next bout is in the featherweight division between Elaine Elunga and Peter Nyide. First up to the scale is Peter Nyide. $65.70 for Mr. Nyide. And he will face off against Elaine Elunga. $66.35 from Mr. Elunga. Our next bout is in the Bantamweight division between Matthew Bursky and Abdul Hassan. First up to the scale is Abdul Hassan. $60.50 for Mr. Hassan. And he will go up against Matthew Bursky. $60.90 for Mr. Bursky. Our next bout is a middleweight clash between Liam Cleland and Jason Culverwell. First up to the scale is Jason Culverwell. $83 on the money for Mr. Culverwell. And he will face off against Liam Cleland. $83.55 for Mr. Cleland. Our next bout is in the welterweight division between Michiel Opperman and Henry Fadipe. First up to the scale is Henry Fadipe. $77 on the money for Mr. Fadipe. And he will go up against Michiel Opperman. 76.90 for Mr. Opperman. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's take a closer look at the two men involved in tomorrow night's main event.
The most dangerous man on the African continent returns to the hexagon as he puts it all on the line against the former heavyweight champion.
If Ruan can't knock me out, we're going to drag it into the deep water again, and I'm going to drown him.
My stand-up's going to be superior, my ground game's going to be superior, and I will walk away with that belt.
Both owning a victory over each other, this trilogy bout will once and for all decide who is the greatest heavyweight in Africa.
I don't think Ruan has got the skills to finish Andrew. Potts won't beat him.
You know, he said, I've just been holding his title for the year, yada, yada, yada. I don't really care about that, because, again, you're going to come up short.
In Andrew Fansel, you're getting a very predictable fighter. Ruan has evolved a lot more than Andrew has.
Andrew hasn't changed much. Your opponents are getting better, and you've got to improve with them. Otherwise, you're going to fall behind.
The fact that I can knock him out is one of the big things.
I've never seen Andrew knock anybody out, so that would be interesting. It would be a first.
In terms of psychological advantages, I'm way ahead of him on that.
I want to win the title, to keep the title forever. He's not going to have that opportunity.
Two giants collide in a fight for their destiny.
First up to the scale is the challenger, Ruan Potts. $111.30 for Mr. Potts. And he will go up against the reigning EFC Africa heavyweight champion, Andrew van Zyl. $118.10 for the champion. I'm here with the challenger, Ruan Potts, ex-EFC Africa heavyweight champion. You've got an opportunity again tomorrow night. What can we expect?
You can expect everybody to stop saying X. I will be the heavyweight champion.
In terms of your training camp and preparation coming into this bout, is there anything specifically you worked on to get ready for Andrew?
Went back to the drawing board, you know, and did everything better, you know. Fitter, stronger, more technical, and yeah, I'm going to prove it to my fans out there.
Well, we look forward to seeing you in action tomorrow night. Best of luck to you, sir. Ruan Potts, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with the champion, Andrew van Zyl. Andrew, you seem very fired up for tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome event, man. Can't wait.
In terms of yourself, preparation coming into this bout, you guys are one apiece. Surely you want this quite badly.
Yeah, we haven't changed the recipe. We put in the same amount of effort. I'm super fit. I'm ready to go, man.
Well, we look forward to it. The last one was great. Your champion, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew van Zyl.
I'm standing here now with the president of EFC Africa, Mr. Cairo Howarth. Cairo, you guys are back after so long, back at the Coca-Cola Dome. It's the last event of the year. You must be excited.
Super excited to be back at the Dome. A lot of fans come through here to pull in and watch, and I think tomorrow night's going to be something special.
Now, you guys, I see the fighters have black armbands. Can you tell us a bit about that?
It's all the MMA community from Africa showing their respects to the late Nelson Mandela.
All right. Now, tomorrow is going to be the very first heavyweight trilogy. Tell us about that.
I mean, you don't get a bigger fight than this. This is the pinnacle of African mixed martial arts taking place tomorrow night.
All right. Now, next year, can you just give us an idea of some of the future plans for EFC Africa?
Yeah, we've got so many shows planned for next year, 10 live events bouncing between Johannesburg, the Coca-Cola Dome, Carnival City, Cape Town, Grand West Casino, and we're planning our first show in Durban as well.
All right, and before we get off this event, tell us some of the bouts we should be looking out for.
Obviously the main event, that's the one that everyone's talking about, but all those fights on that main card, plus there's a whole bunch of fights on the undercard that are really exciting. There's a whole bunch of new athletes that have really come through the ranks in the last 2 years, and they're going to be fighting at the Coca-Cola Dome for the first time. And it's the first time they're fighting in this big arena, and it's going to be a big night for them.
Now the matchup between Fadipe and Opperman, that's going to be an exciting one to watch. Tell us about that one.
I mean, obviously Michiel took that fight on last minute, 2 weeks notice when Adam Specie was injured, and they two of the top guys in the welterweight division. So that's one that Dino Bagotine, the champ's going to be looking out for.
All right, thanks a lot, Cairo. That's the president of EFC Africa, Mr. Cairo Haworth. Well, that concludes the official weigh-in of EFC Africa 26. Remember, you can catch all the action of the 5 main card bouts Thursday starting at 8 p.m. Central African Time. Just check the TV schedule at EFC Africa for broadcast details in your country. Till then, take care, and thanks for joining us.
One victory each. 2 epic battles. The third meeting will decide who is the most dangerous man on the continent. 2 Goliaths are on a one-way collision course as the reigning heavyweight champion Andrew One Gear van Sale once again takes on the former heavyweight champion Ruan Fangs Potts. Having met twice before and both holding a victory over each other, this will be the big finale to the heavyweight trilogy and will put to rest who is the greatest heavyweight on the African continent. Andrew van Sale versus Ruan Potts 3. EFC Africa 26, Thursday, 12 December, Coca-Cola Dome, Johannesburg. Tickets and broadcast information at efcafrica.com.